रहे थे, हमने देखा था that for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature, 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature, volume of the gas increases by 1.273 times its original volume. और हमने फिर ये derivation ऐसा लाए थे, right? So we had seen this, we had written this, so we have to go ahead from here. Okay, so now let us see the different conditions. ठीक है, V1 and T1 वाला कंडीशन देखते हैं, जैसे हमने P1 V1 का कंडीशन देखा था. ठीक है, V1 at temperature T1, volume V2 at temperature T2, then V1 upon T1 is equals to V2, as simple as that, because V by T is constant for that particular sample of the gas. This is your Charles equation. We'll be using such equations to solve many numericals regarding to all the laws. Okay. So now whatever comes across, whenever you get an equation on the screen, what are we supposed to do better? We are supposed to write it down. Also, once you are done writing, you need to confirm me so that I can move ahead. Now, anybody, any idea what's going to be our next law? We have done Boyle's law, we have done Charles law. What was the third law? हमने 4 laws देखे थे ना कल. What was the third law, beta? Excellent. Yeah, very good, Rohit. It's
Gay-Lussac's law.
Yes, beta. It's Gay-Lussac's law. Correct. So we have seen the relation between pressure and volume. We have seen relation between volume and temperature. Now let us see what is Gay-Lussac's law to give to us. ठीक है, pressure और temperature. But उससे पहले थोड़ा सा ग्राफ देख लेते हैं, जैसे हमने प्रेशर और वॉल्यूम का देखा था. Graphs are important to study. Now over here, since volume and temperature are directly proportional, to be the relation between these graphs, it's going to be a straight line graph. It's going to be a straight line graph because direct proportion. Now, these lines will be called as isobars. Now, as per yesterday, what were the lines which we were calling? हम वो lines को क्या बोल रहे थे बेटा जब हम लोग ने Boyle's law में plot किया था? We were calling them as
isotherms.
Excellent. Why were we calling them as isotherms? सही?
Temperature was constant.
Temperature was constant. Excellent. And why are we calling these lines as isobars over here? Anyone? Excellent. Rohit says
pressure is constant.
Pressure is constant. Very good. Bar is referring to pressure. Good. Correct. Shubham, Rohit, Sai, Tejas, everyone correct. Good. Good. That means you all are attentive. Okay. So for different values of pressure, we will get different lines. As simple as that. Okay. Now, if you extend these lines backwards, they will go to the origin. Now, look over here. It is intersecting the temperature axis as minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. If you extend it backwards. Now, if you substitute this, what is the volume at minus 273 degrees Celsius? It becomes 0. Volume of the gas is going to become 0. But this is just for theoretical purpose. Okay? Volume would be reduced to 0 at minus 273 degrees Celsius. Theoretical purpose के लिए बेटा, actual में volume can never be 0, right? We all know that. So we are just substituting the value of T. Small t is temperature in degrees Celsius. So if we substitute the value of temperature in degree Celsius as -273, ठीक है, तो वॉल्यूम क्या हो जाता है, जीरो हो जाता है. That so we can say that the volume of the gas is zero at -273 degrees Celsius, -273.15 to be very precise. Theoretical purpose के लिए है. So this temperature, this -273.15 degree Celsius, ये वाला जो हमारा टेम्परेचर है ना बेटा, we call it as an absolute zero temperature. This is your absolute zero temperature. अब मैंने आपको एक बात बताई है, absolute zero temperature is -270, ठीक है. ये एक रैंडम लेक्चर हो रहा है, say at let's see what's the time, at 5:41 in the evening on 31st of May, ठीक है. आज के दिन पे मैंने 5:41 को आपको ऐसे एक रैंडम एक बात बताई that -273 डिग्री सेल्सियस is called as your absolute zero temperature, ठीक है. अब ये चीज ना आपको कई रूप में अलग अलग क्वेश्चंस में आपके सामने आ जाएगा, तो ये आपको भूलना नहीं है बेटा, ठीक है. So this is important and you will write it down that absolute zero temperature is equals to -273.15 डिग्री सेल्सियस. कई सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स में, कई सारे वन लाइन आंसर्स में, एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स में, तो आपको कई जगह ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, ठीक है. सो यू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग दैट व्हाट इज एब्सोल्यूट जीरो टेम्परेचर. Absolute zero temperature is not 0 degrees Celsius, it is -273 degrees Celsius. ठीक है, सबने लिखा बेटा ये? Remember this, absolute zero -273. What is the volume of the gas at absolute zero? It is zero. And what is absolute zero? It is -273. ठीक है बच्चे, ये छोटी सी बात याद रखना आपको आती है. These are the basics, you know. These basics build up to give you all the entrance questions and answers. ठीक है. हम लोगों को लगता है कि अरे ये बाहर से पूछा है. Nothing is outside. We have learned it somewhere or the other. But the thing is, we learn so many things that we think that this was not taught. We tend to forget it. But noting it down helps us to understand that, helps us to revise at different points of time, which will help us in the future. Okay. So this is the lowest temperature that can ever be reached. Now, why did I say this statement? That this is the lowest temperature that can ever be reached. Anyone? Vitali, Mohan, Swayam, Adina, Aswati, Sai, Rohit, anyone? Did I say this? This is the lowest temperature that can ever be reached. Lowest temperature on Kelvin scale. No, I'm not asking the value, beta. -273.15 is the, I'm telling you, this is the lowest temperature that can ever be reached. I'm asking you why. Why am I saying that this is the lowest temperature that can ever be reached? अभी एक्चुअली आंसर आपके सामने, अगर थोड़ा सोचो तो. Anyone, you may be wrong, that's fine, beta. -273 will be 0 Kelvin. Yes, correct. But excellent, Suchit. Volume will become 0. जब बेटा वॉल्यूम ही नहीं रहेगा और आप at this temperature the volume will become 0. इसके नीचे जाओगे तो वॉल्यूम नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, which is not possible, right? So this is the lowest possible temperature which can ever be reached. Very good. Good. Suchit and Suchit and Asmita. Correct, beta. You guys are absolutely correct. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स गो अहेड. And also molecular motion is going to stop. अरे molecular motion तो stop हो ही जाएगा जब वॉल्यूम ही जीरो हो जाएगी तो, right? तो रोहित is also correct, right? Because the gas will cease to exist. So ये absolute zero बड़े खेल खिलाता है, याद रखना है इसको, इस टेम्परेचर को, इस पे वॉल्यूम को, इस ग्राफ को. Simple as that. Okay, so we did Boyle's law, we did Charles' law. Now let's move on to Sachs' law, which is the relation between temperature and pressure. So now volume will keep constant. Pressure of a fixed amount of gas varies. The temperature of the gas will increase with increase in pressure and decrease with decrease in pressure. Direct relation. Let us see mathematical relation between pressure and temperature. P is directly proportional to T. P is equal to kT. Now see, when I increase the pressure on the gas, beta, when I increase the pressure on the gas, the particles will come more close and close, right? Pressure जब बढ़ेगा, pressure बढ़ रहा है मतलब this randomness of the motion of the particles is increasing. Randomness is increasing मतलब उनका thermal energy is increasing. Thermal energy is increasing मतलब temperature is increasing, right? So pressure increasing मतलब temperature increasing. Pressure कम कर रहा हूँ मतलब motion of particles और slow कर रहा हूँ. Motion of particles और slow कर रहा हूँ मतलब उनका thermal energy कम हो रहा है. Thermal energy कम हो रहा है मतलब temperature कम हो रहा है, right? So pressure is directly proportional to temperature, and to remove the proportionality sign, we will introduce the constant proportionality constant. So P is equals to KT. So what's going to be the final equation? P upon T is going to be constant. So can we say P1 upon T1 is equals to P2 upon T2? Should this part? Gay-Lussac का direct statement समझा? We can also write this law by combining our previous first two laws. अपना चार्ल्स लॉ और अपना बॉयल्स लॉ को कंबाइन करके भी हम लोग Gay-Lussac's लॉ लिख सकते हैं. अभी ये समझा, ये वाला प्रेशर इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टेम्परेचर.
सर
यस बेटा,
नहीं समझा, थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो रहा है.
इट्स ओके बच्चे, नो वरीज नो वरीज. ठीक है. अच्छा देख बच्चे, प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर ऑफ अ गैस एट कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम. ओके, सो व्हेन आई इंक्रीज द प्रेशर मतलब क्या बच्चे? प्रेशर is why does the gas consists of pressure? हमने स्टार्टिंग में डिस्कस किया था. The gas molecules are in continuous random motion. Okay, so they are colliding with each other as well as they are colliding with the walls of the container, right?
Yes.
Yes कि confident वाला yes था कि सिर्फ yes वाला yes था? हेलो,
Yes,
ये समझा ना बेटा? हाँ, गुड. ठीक है. So these particles are in continuous random motion. तो इनका प्रेशर जब इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं मतलब इनका आपस में टकराना और वॉल से टकराना इंक्रीज हो रहा है. दैट इज द प्रेशर ऑफ द गैस. सो व्हेन दैट इज इंक्रीजिंग, दैट मोशन इज इंक्रीजिंग, means the thermal energy content is increasing. Because of this motion, that thermal energy is there, right?
Yes.
So if thermal energy is increasing, what is thermal energy directly proportional to? Temperature, right? So temperature is increasing. Correct beta? Sahi?
Yes.
Fine. So pressure increasing, thermal energy increasing, temperature increasing. So pressure and temperature are directly proportional.
Yes.
Pakka?
Yes.
Acha. Others, did you understand this beta? Everyone else? Even if you have a doubt, please ask me, bache. ऐसा कंपलसरी नहीं कि yes ही लिखने का, no भी लिखने का, नहीं समझेगा तो no लिखने का, ऐसा पूछने का बेटा डायरेक्टली. As I said yesterday, we are here for learning. चलो ठीक है. Now let us plot the graph for pressure versus temperature at constant volumes, at different volumes. So now when I am plotting this graph, they will be called as isochores. पहले वाले का isotherm था, दूसरे वाले का isobar था, ये वाले का क्या आएगा बेटा? Isochores. Core is related to volume, constant volume है, that's why these lines are called as isochores. ठीक है? ये छोटी छोटी बातें हैं बच्चे, पर ये याद रखना आप लोग, ठीक है ना? तो ये isochore हो गया. Now when I extend these lines backward, they are passing through the origin. ठीक है? So Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law. Three laws, three important laws for our क्या बोलते हैं gases point of view. Very important laws. These three laws are going to govern the entire section, all the gases. Fourth law. Let us move on to the fourth, which is your Avogadro's law. Okay. So this the person, Mr. Amedeo Avogadro, he was the person who was has tried to work on this number of moles and volume and how are they proportional directly, inversely, and that way. Okay. So what did he say? That at equal conditions of temperature, pressure, and volume, gases of two different two different gases contain the same number of molecules. Simple as that. Example के सामने. Okay, let us see two different gases. यहाँ पे you have hydrogen gas and you have your oxygen gas. Now, what is the thing? Temperature, pressure, volume of hydrogen and oxygen gas is same. दो अलग अलग गैस है, हाइड्रोजन पिंक है, ऑक्सीजन ग्रीन है, ठीक है? जस्ट फॉर योर क्या बोलते हैं डिस्टिंग्विशिंग, ऐसा असली में उनका कलर ऐसा नहीं होता, ठीक है? सो व्हेन आई एम टेकिंग बोथ द डिफरेंट गैसेस एट सेम कंडीशंस ऑफ देयर मेजरेबल प्रॉपर्टीज, सेम टेम्परेचर, सेम प्रेशर, सेम वॉल्यूम, ठीक है? ऐसा कंडीशन में अगर मैं उनको लूंगा, तब द नंबर ऑफ मोल्स और द नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स in both the gases is going to be same. Number of moles of H2 gas will be equal to number of moles of O2 gas. Now let us see the mathematical expression of Avogadro's law. It says that volume of a gas is directly proportional to the number of moles. जितना number of moles ज़्यादा रहेगा, उतना gas क्या बोलते हैं, उतना volume ज़्यादा रहेगा. Before going ahead, I want everyone, I want to ask you one simple question. Are you aware of what is a mole? Do you know what is mole concept? Otherwise, मैं mole करता रहूँगा और आपको सब bounce हो जाता रहेगा और आपको कुछ समझेगा नहीं. Mole concept. Does anybody know what is mole? Why? What is one mole? How many molecules in one mole? So everybody is saying yes, huh? I'm assuming that you all know that one mole of any substance contains number of molecules equal to Avogadro's number, which is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. 6.022, 6.023. Very good. Good, Rohit. Tejas, it's not 1.6 beta, it's 6.022. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, हो जाता है गड़बड़. So 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. That is your Avogadro's number. One mole of any substance will contain these many molecules. So if I have 2 moles, ये number को 2 से multiply कर देगा. If I have 10 moles, ये number को 10 से multiply कर देगा. So these many atoms, molecules or ions are present in 1 mole of a substance. So volume of gas is directly proportional to the number of moles. Matlab, if I have 3 moles of gas and if I have 5 moles of gas, the gas which is having 5 moles will have a larger volume as compared to the gas which is having 3 moles. This is what this statement means. Avogadro's law का मतलब ये है कि जितना ज़्यादा मोल उतना ज़्यादा वॉल्यूम. If we remove the proportionality sign, we will introduce a proportionality constant K. V will be equal to Nk, right? V is equals to Nk. So, we have seen about these measurable properties gases: volume, number of moles, pressure, and temperature. 4 interrelated properties that are describing our gases, and the relation between them is described by the 3 laws: Boyle's law, Child's law, and Avogadro's law. ठीक है? Now Boyle's law और Charles law को मैं combine करूँगा तो I'll get my Gay-Lussac's law also. तो इसलिए ये वाले वीडियो में they not separately included that. So Boyle's law is volume is inversely proportional to pressure at constant temperature and number of moles. Charles law is volume is directly proportional to temperature at constant pressure and number of moles. Avogadro's law says that volume is directly proportional to the number of moles at constant pressure and temperature. So this is just a revision of the laws which we have done. Now let us combine these 3 laws. Combining these 3 laws. बेटा इसके अंदर ना चार्ल्स लॉ गे-लुसैक्स लॉ भी है, बाय डिफॉल्ट है. ठीक है? ये गे-लुसैक्स लॉ को मतलब I can combine the Boyle's law and Charles law. इन दोनों को मैं combine करूंगा तो मेरे को क्या मिलता है? गे-लुसैक्स लॉ. T upon P. Volume is directly proportional to T upon P. ऐसा. ठीक है? Now volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. Volume is directly proportional to number of moles. ये तीनों इक्वेशंस में V है साइड में और इस साइड में 1 upon P T और N है. मैं तीनों को कंबाइन करके I have got this. Volume is directly proportional to T into N upon P. I just combined the 3 laws. Simple as that. ठीक है? But we have to remove this proportionality sign and introduce the constant of proportionality. ठीक है? So this V will be equal to R T N upon P. R is your constant. ठीक है? मैं K ले सकता है. Then the K will be replaced by R. R is your universal gas constant. This constant which is there, which was found experimentally by scientists, the value of R, it is your क्या बोलते हैं? Universal gas constant. And this is going to be your universal gas equation. थोड़ा इसको rearrange करेंगे पहले अपन. ठीक है? This is your ideal gas equation. And R is your universal gas constant. Ideal gas equation में थोड़ा सा change कर लो. PV is equals to nRT. ऐसे लिखना इसको. This P will go to the other side, तो ताकि division ना रहे एक side पे. Ideal gas will be PV is equals to nRT, number of moles into R into T, where R is your universal gas constant. It's one and the same thing, right? Combining the 3 laws, we get the ideal gas. Ideally, एक होता है ideal gas, एक होता है real gas. We'll see that in the chapter, in the topics ahead. So this is what is ideal gas equation. PV is equals to nRT. Important है, सबका लिख के हो जाए तो मेरे को बताना please. Has everybody written like this? PV is equals to nRT. ये जो स्क्रीन पे है तो लिखा ही, पर उसको रीअरेंज करके लिखा PV is equals to nRT. Okay, good. Now, what's going to be the value of R? R क्या वैल्यू ढूंढने के लिए क्या होगा? R is equal to PV upon NT. Let us see. Under standard conditions. Standard conditions पे एक चीज होता है, ठीक है? STP, standard temperature and pressure. STP पे let us find out the value of R. So standard temperature, what will take? 0 degrees Celsius or 273.15. What is pressure? Pressure is 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere is how many pascals? 101.3 kilopascals, or round it off to 10 to the power 5 pascals. I hope everybody knows that pascal and ATM, these are the units of pressure. Degree Celsius and Kelvin, these are the units of temperature. I think units तो किया होगा, right? Lower standards में भी किया होगा हमने. Units of pressure, units of temperature. Pascal, kilopascal, right? No? Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, 1 mole, okay? We are taking mole as 1. At STP, at standard temperature and pressure conditions, okay? 1 atm जब हम लोग pressure या फिर 1 atm is 10 to the power 5 pascal, rounding it off. 1 mole of a gas at STP will occupy 22.4 decimeter cube or 22.4 liters of volume. ठीक है, इसका भी डेरिवेशन है, हम लोग देखेंगे. अभी के लिए सिर्फ ये वैल्यूज लेकर के रखो, ठीक है? What I want you to do is, oh, you guys know this very good. You guys know that 1 mole of a gas at STP occupies 22.4 liters. चलो good, मतलब basics clear है तो it's very easier to go ahead then. ठीक है? Now, if you substitute all these values in the equation which you have in front of you, you will get the value of R. Can anybody try to solve and get the value of R for me with the क्या बोलते हैं units? What I want is, I don't want you to use calculators. Do you guys know how to use a log table? Log table सिखाया है बेटा? Logarithmic table कैसे use करते हैं for calculations of multiplication and division? Log of A minus log of B? No. Okay, fine, cool. Forget it. You can forget it. No worries. You will be taught. Don't worry. Chill करो, ठीक है? सिखाएंगे, हम लोग सिखाएंगे आपको log table कैसे use करना है, आपको करो भली भांति सिखाएंगे, ठीक है? So when you put up these values of temperature, pressure, number of moles and volume, you will get the value of R. R का value आता है 8.314 जूल पर केल्विन पर मोल. 8.314 जूल पर केल्विन पर मोल. ये सब वैल्यूज डालने के बाद हमको ये वॉल्यूम आता है. अच्छा, now look at R, look at its units, and do you want to ask any question? Do you have any doubt over up till here? R का वैल्यू देखो, ये सामने जो स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है सब कुछ देखो. आपको इसमें कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो मुझे अभी. Anybody, any doubt? Ask me अभी, right now.
सर
Yes बेटा.
वो वैल्यूज कौन सा यूनिट का लेना है, मतलब जैसे कि टेम्परेचर में डिग्री सेल्सियस या फिर केल्विन?
केल्विन लिया ना बेटा, डिग्री सेल्सियस पे तो 0 है. 0 लोगे तो पूरा वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगा, राइट?
हाँ, तो उसमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि कौन सा लेना है, या फिर मतलब हर एक इसमें
Obviously,
टेम्परेचर,
acha,
प्रेशर?
remember this thing, in chemistry, henceforth in 11th and 12th everywhere, ठीक है, we are going to use temperature as Kelvin only. Temperature हम लोग Kelvin में ही लेंगे, we will not take in degree Celsius.
ओके।
Why both Kelvin and mole? बेटा अगर आप R को देखो ना, R के फॉर्मूले में स्वयं R के फॉर्मूले में N और T है नीचे, तो उसका भी यूनिट आएगा. N का यूनिट क्या है? मोल. T का यूनिट क्या है? केल्विन. That's why per mole per Kelvin. Very good, Jennifer. Jennifer is asking me why there is joules. Jennifer, Sharon, Rohit, Devika, Kinjal, and everyone ahead. Good. So people are asking me, this is what I wanted to know. What is J? Why joules? Why have we taken joules over here? Why didn't we take Pascal liter or Pascal decimeter cube? Okay. Good question. This is what I was wanting everyone to ask me, which you are finally asked, right? Acha. Now, P into V, pressure into volume. This is in when we go ahead with the portion in 11th and 12th now, we will see work done by gas. ठीक है, work done by a gaseous system, work done by gas. This work done by gas is nothing but the product of pressure and volume of the gas. Work done by a gas is the product of pressure and volume. P into V is equals to work done by the gas. Work done. Work का unit क्या है बेटा? Joules. Work is a energy, right? Work unit is joules. That is why pressure और volume के product को I am taking the unit as joules by referring it as a energy. P into V. Am I clear, everyone? Cool. आप ना 12th स्टैंडर्ड में एक चैप्टर है थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, उसके अंदर इसका डेरिवेशन और इसका लॉजिक पढ़ोगे, ठीक है? अभी के लिए आई टोल्ड यू अ वेरी स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ इट, सो अभी के लिए जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट द वर्क डन बाय अ गैस इज रिप्रेजेंटेड एज द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द प्रेशर एंड द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द गैस. तो प्रेशर जितना इंक्रीज होगा, वॉल्यूम में उतना डिस्प्लेसमेंट होगा. मतलब ट्राई टू इमेजिन, मतलब अगर मैं प्रेशर इंक्रीज कर रहा हूँ तो मेरा पिस्टन इन द सिलेंडर इज गोइंग टू मूव फ्रॉम पोजीशन ए टू पोजीशन बी. So there is a displacement in the position. So because of the pressure, there is a displacement. When there is displacement, we say work is done. थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है? ये शायद हमने lower standards में पढ़ा है. Work done is done when there is displacement. Okay. So this P into V is nothing but the work done on the gas. Work done by the gas. इसलिए मैंने उसको joules दिया है. ठीक है सबने? As a written this thing down. By using different units, we will get different values of R. वो भी हम देखेंगे. But as of now, have you written this thing down? चलो, cool. Now see this. R is depending on all of them. Volume, pressure, temperature, number of moles. Now see this. See this concept. Same gas, number of moles is constant. पहला conditions is P1, V1, T1. Pressure 1, volume 1, temperature 1. Second condition में pressure 2, volume 2, temperature 2. Simple as that. ठीक है? अभी when you combine the three laws, when you combine the three laws, Gauss law, Charles law, Gay-Lussac's law, तब आप ये तीनों को एकत्रित करके क्या आएगा? P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. राइट? बॉयल्स लॉ से हमारे पास क्या है बेटा? बॉयल्स लॉ से हमारे पास है P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. चार्ल्स लॉ से क्या है? V1 upon T1 is equals to V2 upon T2. Gay-Lussac's लॉ से हमारे पास क्या है? P1 upon T1 is equals to P2 upon T2. ये तीनों को मैं कंबाइन करूंगा, so I'll get the combined gas law, which is P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2V2 upon T2. अभी नंबर ऑफ मोल्स हमने यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट रखा है, राइट? तो अगर मैं आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन पहले वाले केस में लगाऊं P1 V1 is equals to nRT1, और अगर मैं दूसरे वाले में भी लगाऊं P2V2 is equals to nRT2, तो ये दोनों को if I take the T1 and T2 to the other side, both will be equal to nR. R is universal gas constant. It is constant for all the gases, and in this case, number of moles we have kept as constant. So as per this equation, what we'll get beta? P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. This is your combined gas law. ये भी हम लोग को बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स में काम आने वाला है. So I hope you are writing this down. No? So this is going to be helpful in solving many numericals. So almost all the interrelated properties we have found out the relation by using ideal gas equation. Okay. Done? Everybody written this down? Now let us see the relation for density and molar mass of gas. We will always start with ideal gas equation. बेटा ये ideal gas equation ना बहुत सारे क्या बोलते हैं डेरिवेशंस के लिए हेल्प करने वाला है. Ideal gas equation के हेल्प से ना we are going to solve many numericals in entrance exams also. CET, JEE, NEET वगैरह में भी ना हम लोग बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस को with the help of ideal gas equation we are going to solve it. Now let us see this relationship between density and molar mass. I'm so sorry. So ideal gas equation क्या है बेटा? PV is equals to nRT. PV is equals to nRT. वो P को मैंने बस ये साइड में नीचे ले लिया. अभी वो PV is equal to nRT को मैं कैसे भी रीअरेंज करके यूज कर सकता हूँ, बिकॉज सिंपल मैथमेटिक्स एक फॉर्मूला को मैं कैसे भी रीअरेंज कर सकता हूँ. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम डूइंग ओवर हियर. ठीक है? So now I'm going to rearrange it. P उस साइड जाएगा, वॉल्यूम इस साइड आएगा, RT उस साइड चला जाएगा. So N upon V is equals to P upon RT. Has everybody understood this rearrangement? It is nothing but a mathematical jumbling of the quantities in a equation. ये इक्वेशन दिया है, हम क्वांटिटीज को बस एक साइड से दूसरी साइड पे लेके जा रहे हैं, बस रीअरेंज कर रहे हैं. इसमें कुछ भी डेरिवेशन नहीं है बेटा. ये सिर्फ मेरा आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन है. आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन को आई हैव रीअरेंज्ड ओवर हियर. Is everybody understanding this? इसमें कुछ डाउट है कि ये कैसे आया? It's just the rearrangement of terms in the ideal gas equation. Only Sai has understood. Manali also, Tejas also, Kinjal also, Aryan also, Nidhi also, Rohit also, Jennifer also. Okay, cool, fine, good. Everybody understood. Excellent. ठीक है. अच्छा. Now let us see. So what is number of moles? What is number of moles, beta? Anybody? I'll ask Rohit. Rohit, can you please unmute your mic?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi Rohit, how are you, beta? Rohit, what is number of moles का formula? How do we find out number of moles? If I give you 10 grams of a gas. What is it, beta?
Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
Given mass upon molar mass.
Excellent, Rohit. You can mute yourself. Very good. So it is given mass upon molar mass. So if I give you 10 grams of a gas, 10 grams is given. I want to find out how many moles in that 10 grams. Okay? So I will divide 10 grams by the molar mass of that particular gas and I will get the number of moles. So N is your number of moles. Number of moles is molar mass, given mass upon molar mass. Now, considering capital M, your molar mass, small m is the given mass of the gas. So n क्या हो जाएगा बेटा? Small m upon capital M. मैंने उसको यहाँ पे रिप्लेस कर दिया है, ठीक है, मैंने उसको यहाँ पे रिप्लेस कर दिया. I have replaced small n by the formula of number of moles, given mass upon molar mass. Okay. What is m upon v? Given mass upon volume. What is m upon v बेटा? Mass upon volume क्या होता है? So this is the question. Density. Very good. Mass upon volume is your density. So ये जो m upon v आपको दिख रहा है, ये टर्म को I will write it as d. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? d upon m, capital M is your molar mass. d upon m is equals to p upon rt. I'm sorry, p upon rt. d upon m is equals to p upon rt. Very important relationship. न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करेंगे, एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में काफी सारे क्वेश्चंस के लिए काम आएगा ये वाला इक्वेशन हमको, ठीक है. d upon m is equals to p by rt. तो ये अगेन इसको रीअरेंज कर सकते हैं. इससे हम लोग कोई भी गैस गिवन है और उसको हमको मोलार मास ढूंढने का है, तो हम लोग ये फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं. सिंपल एज दैट. ठीक है, लिखिए सब नहीं है. Has everybody written this? M, capital M is molar mass. Molar mass is equals to dRT upon P. Density of the gas, universal gas constant, absolute temperature T upon pressure of the gas. Molar mass. तो ये फॉर्मूले हमको बहुत काम आएंगे. सारे फॉर्मूले एकत्रित करके एक ही जगह पे रखना, ठीक है. So far we have learned these different types of laws: Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, Avogadro's law, how they are giving the relation between these measurable properties. And these are the measurable properties: pressure, temperature, volume, number of moles. Now air is a mixture different gases, not only one gas, right? बहुत सारा gases. Partial law of partial pressure देखना है, तो ध्यान देना बेटा. That's a new topic. Okay. So now when I look at air, this gas, this air around us, it's a mixture of different gases: oxygen, nitrogen, your noble gases. There is carbon dioxide, there is water vapor, so many things, right? So many gases. Now if I have to find out the pressure of a particular gas in a mixture, forget about the environment, forget about the gas around me. If I give you a sample of gas, if I give you a gas in a jar, ठीक है, मैंने आपको एक जार दिया, एक बर्नी दिया, उसके अंदर ना सपोज 4 गैसेस मिक्स्ड है, अपना ऑक्सीजन, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, नाइट्रोजन एंड मीथेन गैस, ठीक है. I'm just giving you a random example. These 4 different gases are mixed in that jar. I want you to find out what is the pressure of oxygen in that mixture and what is going to be the total pressure of that particular क्या बोलते हैं gas. It's going to be the addition of the pressures of all the 4 gases. But I want to know the pressure of the individual gas. तो ये कैसे ढूंढते हैं, ये अभी हम लोग देखने वाले हैं. It's easy. John Dalton, this very learned person, in 1807, he took a mixture of non-reacting gases, closed vessel. But a mixture of non-reacting gases लिया उसने. It's very important to take non-reacting gases. अगर हमने reacting gases ले लिया, gases which react with each other to form a different compound, then an experiment will never be completed. Because I want to learn about the pressure, the individual pressures of gases in a mixture. A mixture is simply a mixture of different things. The things are just mixed. They are not reacting. They are not forming a different compound. So he has taken a mixture of non-reacting gases. Abhi partial pressure. Dalton's law of partial pressure we are going towards. Now total, this is the statement. This is the statement of your partial pressure of gas. The total pressure exerted by a mixture of two or more non-reacting gases enclosed in a vessel at a given temperature is equal to the sum of the partial pressures exerted by individual gases, that is the pressure which these gases would exert if they were enclosed separately in that vessel at the same temperature. बहुत simple English है, very simple English. What he's saying is total pressure is nothing but the sum of the partial pressures of the gases. Suppose इसमें कितना गैस दिख रहा है मेरे को, पिंक, ब्लू एंड ग्रीन. तो इस पूरे गैस का प्रेशर क्या है? प्रेशर ऑफ पिंक, प्रेशर ऑफ ब्लू, प्रेशर ऑफ ग्रीन. This pressure of pink is called as the partial pressure of pink. Pressure of blue is called as the partial pressure of blue. Pressure of green is called as the partial pressure of green. ये तीनों partial pressures को मैं add करेगा, I will get the total pressure of this gas. This is what the statement is saying. Dalton's law of partial pressure. एक कळलं का सगळ्यांना? बाळांनो, तुम्हाला काही डाऊट आहे का याच्यात? I hope everybody understands Marathi. I try to speak good Marathi. Cool. Great. So I guess, yes, Yogesh, you have a doubt. Please speak, Yogesh. Yogesh. Acha, no doubt. Okay. I'll repeat, Rohit. Rohit, whenever I have a mixture of non-reacting gases, the total pressure of that mixture of gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the gas. It's as good as the total pressure of this gas is equals to pressure of green gas, pressure of blue gas plus pressure of pink gas. As simple as that. इंडिविजुअल प्रेशर, अगर इस वेसल के अंदर मैंने ब्लू नहीं लिया होता, पिंक नहीं लिया होता, सिर्फ ग्रीन होता, तो उस वक्त जो प्रेशर होता, दैट इज द पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ द ग्रीन गैस. अगर मैंने ग्रीन नहीं लिया था, पिंक नहीं लिया होता, सिर्फ ब्लू होता, तो एट दैट टाइम द प्रेशर ऑफ ब्लू इज द पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ ब्लू. सो दीज इंडिविजुअल प्रेशर्स को जब मैं ऐड करेगा, आई विल गेट द टोटल प्रेशर ऑफ द गैस. एज सिंपल एज दैट. Am I clear, Rohit? Cool. Good. ठीक है. Let us see. Now let us see. I have vessel A, I have vessel B, I have vessel C. I have A moles of hydrogen in A. ठीक है. Pressure is 0.30 bar. B पे I have taken B moles of oxygen. Pressure is 0.45 bar. ठीक है. अभी मैं क्या कर रहा है, मैं ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन को दोनों को इस तीसरे वेसल में मिक्स कर दे रहा है. So the total pressure on this vessel C is going to be the sum of the partial pressure of oxygen plus partial pressure of hydrogen, which is 0.3 plus 0.45, which is equal to 0.75 bar. This is the simplest explanation of your Dalton's law of partial pressure. बेटा सब कुछ समझा? बहुत इजी एक्सप्लेनेशन था यहाँ पे ऑफ योर डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर. दिस इज व्हाट इज डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर. इंडिविजुअल गैसेस लेने का, इंडिविजुअल गैसेस का कुछ प्रेशर रहेगा बर्तन में, फिर वो दोनों सब यहाँ पे दो एग्जांपल है, ये दो से ज्यादा होता तो भी हम लोग सेम लॉ अप्लाई करते. एज सिंपल एज दैट. यू कैन नाउ लेट अस सी द मैथमेटिकल explanation of your Dalton's law of partial pressure. total pressure of a gas is equals to P1 plus P2 plus P3, ठीक है, and so on at constant temperature and volume. P total is your total pressure exerted by the mixture of gas. P1, P2, P3 are the partial pressures of the gases, individual gases. Individual gases 1, 2, 3 जो भी होगा इसके अंदर, ठीक है. ये आप लिख लो सब लोग. Everybody is supposed to write down this Dalton's law of partial pressure. I am assuming you have understood this. Very good. Kinjal is done. Chalo. Now, how will we find out the actual partial pressures of the gas? मेरे को मिक्सचर दिया है ऑक्सीजन, हाइड्रोजन, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. टोटल प्रेशर मेरे को दिया है. And he will ask, if he asks me the question, find out the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the mixture. ऐसा कुछ आया तो कैसे करेंगे? Let us see. ठीक है. Now, आइडल गैस इक्वेशन वी नो, हर जगह हम लोग मोस्टली आइडल गैस इक्वेशन यूज करने वाले हैं. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. PV is equals to nRT. और अगर मैं सिर्फ प्रेशर के टर्म्स में लिखूं तो क्या आएगा? P is equals to nRT upon V. रीअरेंजिंग किया है बस टर्म्स का. PV is equals to nRT. P is equals to nRT upon V. ठीक है. Now consider the mixture of three gases: pink, blue and green. ठीक है. Temperature and volume is constant. Partial pressures are P1, P2 and P3 respectively. वो blue, green, yellow जो भी है. ठीक है. Now let us apply ideal gas equation to individual gas molecules. Partial pressure of gas molecule P1 जो pink है उसका क्या हो जाएगा? N1 RT upon V. Now volume और temperature constant है यहाँ पे. R तो वैसे भी constant है. 2 क्या हो जाएगा? Number of moles of second gas RT upon V. 3 क्या हो जाएगा? N3 RT upon V. We are applying ideal gas equation to the individual gases in the mixture. और हर एक का नंबर ऑफ मोल्स अलग रहेगा, इसलिए N1, N2, N3. बट ये कंडीशन में टेम्परेचर एंड वॉल्यूम इज कांस्टेंट. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम गेटिंग दीस थ्री क्या बोलते हैं इक्वेशंस. ओके. ये समझा ये इक्वेशंस कैसे आया? यूहू स्टूडेंट्स. कूल. ठीक. ओके ओके ओके. ठीक है. ये आया. N1, N2 and N3 are the number of moles of the gases 1, 2 and 3. Simple as that. ये लिखना है हम सबको. Now what is Dalton's law? Dalton's law बोलता है total pressure of the gas is equals to P1 plus P2 plus P3. तो ये तीनों को ऐड करेगा मैं. I will add these three. I'll substitute the values over here. ठीक है. I'm substituting these three values over here. What will I get? N1 RT divided by V plus N2 RT divided by V plus N3 RT divided by V. RT upon V तीनों में common है. It will come outside and in bracket I'll get N1 plus N2 plus N3. RT upon V मैंने बाहर common ले लिया. Now look at that first equation. ठीक है. P1. When I multiply P1 by P total, when I divide P1 by P total, I get N1 upon N1 plus N2 plus N3. Are you aware of something called as mole fraction? Mole fraction पता है सब लोग को? What is mole fraction? N1 plus N2 plus N3 क्या है बेटा इस केस में? अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं पता. मैं बताता हूँ. अभी ये इक्वेशन देखो, जब मैंने P1 को P टोटल से डिवाइड किया, मुझे फाइनल क्या आया, RT अपॉन V कैंसिल हो गया, क्या मिला मुझे, N1 अपॉन N1 प्लस N2 प्लस N3, ठीक है। N1 is the number of moles of gas 1 and N1 plus N2 plus N3 क्या है बेटा, total number of moles of all the three gases in the mixture, okay। So total number of moles है और gas 1 का number of moles है। So out of the total number of moles, how many moles are there of the first gas, N1? So this is the mole fraction of gas 1. Gas 1 का कितना contribution है to the total number of moles, N1 upon the total number of moles. So given mole upon total number of moles is going to be the mole fraction. Total number of moles में से उसका contribution कितना है, उसका fraction कितना है, that is mole fraction. So N1 upon N1 plus N2 plus N3. So partial pressure of gas 1 is equals to total pressure into the mole fraction of the gas 1. ये लिखा ना सबने, P1 by total is equal to N1 upon N, where N is your total number of moles. N1 by N is X1. The fraction is represented by X. So N upon N1, N1 upon N is X1, mole fraction of gas 1. N2 upon N is X2, mole fraction of gas 2. N3 upon N is X3, mole fraction of gas. N1 upon N will be as X1. ठीक है। Now mole fraction का definition I've already told you. So P1 divided by P total is going to be X1. So P1, partial pressure of gas 1 is equals to P1 is equals to X1 into P total. Okay, ठीक है। I think I went too fast. Shubham, please unmute yourself ना बेटा. Let us talk.
हाँ सर, नहीं समझा।
Hi Shubham. बेटा कहाँ से लिंक टूटा? कहाँ तक समझा वो बता मुझे।
ओ पीछे वाला पेज हो तो हाँ यहाँ से।
यहाँ तक समझा?
हाँ।
कहाँ तक? ये यहाँ तक समझा? ये N1
P1
upon, हाँ बोलो।
P1 upon P total is equals to N1 upon N, वो समझा।
ये समझा ना ये?
हाँ।
अच्छा हाँ। अभी बेटा माइक ऑन रखना बच्चे अपना। ये N1 प्लस N2 प्लस N3 को मैंने टोटल N ले लिया है, टोटल N ले लिया, ठीक है, ताकि मैं बार बार उसको लिखूं। मेरे पास मिक्सचर था, मेरे पास 3 गैस का मिक्सचर था, गैस 1, गैस 2 और गैस 3, राइट। गैस 1 का नंबर ऑफ मोल्स कितना था, N1, गैस 2 का कितना था, N2 और गैस 3 का क्या था, N3। तो टोटल नंबर ऑफ मोल्स क्या हो गया बेटा, N1 प्लस N2 प्लस N3। तो वही मैंने N1 प्लस N2 और N3 को N ले लिया है। अभी देखना बेटा, मेरे पास ना 3 पीसेस है, मेरे पास 3 पीसेस है। मेरे पास एक केक है जिसको मैंने 3 पीस में तोड़ दिया है, उसमें से मैंने एक पीस ले लिया, ठीक है। तो मेरे पास कितना पीस आया बेटा, तो कितना परसेंटेज या कितना फ्रैक्शन आया उस केक का। मेरे पास एक केक था शुभम, मैंने केक को ना 3 हिस्सों में काटा। I cut the cake into 3 equal parts. Then I took 1 piece to eat. What fraction of the cake did I get?
1/3.
Excellent. I got 1/3, right? So I have total number of moles as N. Out of that, first gas का कितना number of moles है, N1. So what is going to be the mole fraction of that gas? N1 upon total number of moles. Yeah, that is what is your mole fraction, जिसको मैंने represent किया है as X1. Mole fraction को I am representing as X1. Did you understand better now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Has everybody else understood?
Sir.
बेटा सही बोलो।
हेलो सर,
Yes, बेटा।
N1 अपॉन N1 प्लस N2 प्लस N3 कैसे आया?
N1 upon N2 plus
इसके लास्ट स्टेप, फोर्थ स्टेप स्टार्टिंग से।
I'm going towards that. ये देखो बेटा, according to Dalton's law, what is total pressure? It is partial pressure of the three gases, right?
यस
वो partial pressures पे मैंने ideal gas equation लगाया था, P1 is equals to N1 RT upon V, P2 is equals to NT RT upon V, right?
यस
वो तीनों को मैंने फॉर्मूले में डाला। वो तीनों को फॉर्मूले में डालने के बाद बेटा RT upon V is कॉमन, तो वो बाहर ले लिया और ब्रैकेट में क्या बचेगा? N1, N2 और N3,
यस
राइट? ठीक है। अभी दिस इज माय P टोटल। अभी इफ आई डिवाइड माय P1 बाय P टोटल, P1 का फॉर्मूला आपको सामने ऊपर दिख रहा है, टॉप लेफ्ट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर। P टोटल आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला, उसको बस डिवाइड करना है। व्हेन आई डिवाइड इट, RT अपॉन V और V बाय RT कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा। RT अपॉन V दोनों में कॉमन है, तो जब मैं डिवाइड करूंगा तो वो कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा। क्या बचेगा? N1 अपॉन N1 प्लस N2 प्लस N3, है ना?
यस।
तो उससे हम लोग फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके बेटा, ये सही नहीं थी, कौन थी ये जो बात कर रही थी?
सर माय नेम इज श्रद्धा।
ओके श्रद्धा। Thus, did you understand this? So this is how we will get the partial pressure. How will you calculate the partial pressure of the individual gas? You will calculate it by multiplying the total pressure by the mole fraction of that particular gas. अगर गैस 1 का पार्शियल प्रेशर मुझे चाहिए तो मैं उसको टोटल प्रेशर से उसके पार्शियल फ्रैक्शन को, मोल फ्रैक्शन को डिवाइड मल्टीप्लाई करेगा। ठीक है गाइस, ये लिख लो सब लोग। It's okay if not understood. I'll definitely re-explain for anyone anytime. ठीक है, done. So let us stop over here. We will continue in the next lecture. I hope everybody has understood. अभी तक जो भी हम लोग ने पढ़ा है, जो भी हम लोग ने